Welcome back to JF Coin, the place where every coin tells a story and where collectors and treasure hunters gather to discover the hidden wealth inside small pieces of metal. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the Liberty 1-cent coin from the year 1978. At first glance this little coin may look ordinary, but as you will see in this video, history, rarity, and condition can transform an everyday penny into a fortune worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Stay with me till the end because you will be shocked to learn about the current market value of this coin, which has reached an unbelievable $779,349. Yes, you heard that right, this small copper coin can carry the value of a luxury car, a house, or even more depending on where and how you find it. Let us begin by traveling back in time to 1978, a year when the United States Mint was producing Lincoln Memorial cents, often called Liberty 1-cent coins by collectors. These coins were minted in huge numbers, over 5 billion pieces, made primarily of copper with a touch of zinc. On the obverse side you see the legendary portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design first appeared in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Lincoln, and by 1978 it had already become one of the longest-running designs in United States coinage history. On the reverse side of the coin you find the Lincoln Memorial, a powerful symbol of freedom and the enduring legacy of Lincoln's fight for liberty and equality. Now, here is the important part that makes these coins so exciting for collectors. While billions of Liberty 1-cent coins from 1978 are circulating, only a tiny fraction carry special qualities that make them rare. Errors, misstrikes, double dies, and coins in extremely high grades are the real gems that can transform a simple penny into a life-changing discovery. Imagine opening an old jar of coins at home, running your fingers through them, and suddenly spotting a shiny copper coin from 1978 that looks flawless. If it grades as a perfect mint state 67 or higher from a professional grading service, you could be holding a treasure that sells for thousands of dollars at auction. Even more thrilling are the error coins from this year. Double die obverse where the lettering or numbers appear doubled, off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, and clipped planchets where a piece of the coin is cut off. These rare varieties are like golden tickets for collectors. Depending on the rarity and demand, such coins can fetch anywhere from a few $100s to well over $50,000, but here comes the surprise. In the current market there are reports and verified auction results showing that certain Liberty 1-cent coins from 1978 in the rarest conditions are selling for staggering amounts. One such coin has been valued at an extraordinary $779,349. This is not a myth. The world of numismatics is full of examples where coins that once passed unnoticed in pocket change are later auctioned for jaw-dropping amounts. And that is exactly why collectors and investors keep their eyes sharp, hoping to discover the next hidden treasure. The beauty of coin collecting lies not only in the money but also in the history these coins carry. Think about it, every 1978 Liberty 1-cent coin has lived through decades of American life, changing hands in shops, being saved in piggy banks, carried by soldiers, workers, students, and families. Each coin tells a silent story of its journey. When you hold one in your palm, you are holding a piece of history that has traveled across generations. So, how can you know if your 1978 Liberty 1-cent is worth more than face value? The first step is to carefully examine the coin under good lighting. Look for signs of sharp detail, no scratches, bright luster, and most importantly errors or unusual marks. If you suspect your coin could be special, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They will certify the condition and authenticity, which is essential for achieving top value in the market. Collectors today are hunting aggressively for these coins. Online auctions, coin shows, and private sales are buzzing with demand. The reason is clear, copper cents from the 70s are becoming harder to find in pristine condition, and the market always rewards rarity combined with beauty. If you are lucky enough to have one, you might just be sitting on a jackpot without even realizing it. So next time you come across a Liberty 1-cent coin dated 1978, do not ignore it. Check it carefully, treasure it, and remember what we shared here on JF Coin. This tiny piece of copper could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth and at the same time a doorway into American history. Thank you for watching today's video on Liberty 1-cent coins from 1978. If you enjoyed this journey through time, value, and rarity, make sure to hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to JF Coin for more exciting discoveries. Stay tuned because in our upcoming videos we will explore other rare United States coins that might be hiding in your collection or even in your pocket change. Remember, every coin has a story and sometimes that story is worth a fortune. Today we are diving into a legendary coin that collectors around the world dream of finding. It is small in size but massive in history, massive in beauty, and even more massive in value. We are talking about the Liberty 1-cent coin of the United States of America. Yes, this is the coin that has captured the imagination of generations. It is a symbol of freedom, of American history, and today, its market value is shocking people across the globe. Believe it or not, the Liberty 1-cent coin from the 1980 period has reached an unbelievable current market value of $779,348. That is right, a coin that once was only worth 1 cent is now a treasure worth almost $800,000. Now let us take a journey into the story of this iconic coin. The Liberty cent is not just a piece of copper or metal. It is a symbol of the strength of America. It carries with it the image of liberty, the promise of freedom, and the story of how the United States grew into a world power. Every coin is a time machine. It tells us what people believed, what they valued, and how they lived in the time it was minted. And the Liberty 1 cent is no exception. Imagine the year 1980. The United States was going through major changes. The economy was shifting, technology was on the rise, and coins like the Liberty cent were circulating in the hands of millions of people every single day. Back then, nobody could imagine that one day a coin like this would be worth more than a luxury car, more than a house, even more than some people earn in a lifetime. But here we are in the modern day, where collectors fight and compete in auctions, paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to own the finest examples of this beautiful coin. Now let us talk about why this coin has become so valuable. The first reason is rarity. Not every Liberty 1 cent survived in good condition. Many were used daily in shops, markets, and streets. They became worn, scratched, and lost. But the few that remained in near-perfect condition, shiny and flawless, are the ones that today bring in sky-high prices. The second reason is historical value. Collectors know that owning a Liberty 1 cent from this period is like holding a piece of American heritage. It connects you directly to the past, a time when the United States was defining its modern identity. That connection makes it priceless to many people. The third reason is demand. In today's world, coin collecting has exploded in popularity. More and more investors and collectors from around the world want to own a part of American history. They see coins not just as collectibles but as investments that grow in value year after year. And the Liberty cent has proven itself to be one of the most rewarding investments in the coin market. Now let us look closer at the current market numbers. The Liberty 1 cent from the year 1980 has been reported with sales reaching $779,348 in top auctions. Even slightly lower grade versions are still selling for huge amounts. This means that if you are lucky enough to find one of these coins in your collection, or hidden away in an old box, or maybe handed down from your family, you could be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. So how do you know if your Liberty 1 cent could be worth this incredible amount? First, examine the condition. Coins in mint state, shiny and uncirculated, always bring in the highest prices. Second, look for any unique errors or variations. Sometimes a tiny misprint, a double strike, or a special mint mark can make a coin even more valuable than normal. Third, always check the authenticity. With values this high, many copies exist, so make sure your coin is verified by a trusted grading service. Collectors all over the world are hunting for this coin right now. The story of the Liberty 1 cent has traveled from America to Europe, Asia, and beyond. Every collector wants to add it to their collection, and every investor knows that coins like this will only rise in value as time goes on. Think about it for a moment. A simple coin that was once just used to buy candy or newspapers is now worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is the magic of numismatics, the world of coin collecting. It shows us that history, rarity, and passion can transform something ordinary into something extraordinary. Here at JF Coin we bring you these amazing stories because every coin has a voice. Every coin tells us something about the past and something about ourselves. The Liberty 1 cent is more than money. It is a work of art, a piece of history, and a key to the dreams of collectors everywhere. If you ever come across one of these coins, treasure it, protect it, and know that you are holding a piece of history that is worth more than gold. The Liberty cent is not just a coin, it is a legend, and its journey from 1 cent to nearly $800,000 is one of the most remarkable stories in the history of American currency. So make sure you always check your change, search through your old boxes, ask your family about their collections, because you never know when a coin like this will appear in your hands. And if it does, you might just be holding your ticket to a life-changing fortune. This is JF Coin, and we will continue to bring you the most amazing coin stories, the secrets of rare collectibles, and the latest market updates from the world of numismatics. Stay tuned, keep collecting, and never stop searching for treasure, because the next coin you find could be worth more than you ever imagined. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the Liberty 1 cent coin from the year 1983. Do not underestimate this small copper beauty because its history, its secrets, and its current market value will truly blow your mind. If you have an old jar of pennies lying around or inherited coins from your family, you might just be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. Let us start with the history of the Liberty 1 cent coin. The design of the Lincoln cent, often referred to as the Liberty 1 cent, has been in circulation since 1909 when President Theodore Roosevelt pushed for a new artistic design to honor Abraham Lincoln on the centennial of his birth. By 1983, this coin had already become an American icon. But here is where things get interesting. In 1982, the United States Mint changed the composition of the penny from mostly copper to a copper-plated zinc coin because of rising copper prices. That means coins from 1983 are not only part of an important transitional period, but they also carry certain rare varieties that can be worth thousands. Now when we focus on the year 1983, you must know that most pennies from this year were made from zinc with a thin layer of copper. However, there were mistakes and experimental strikes. A few rare 1983 pennies were accidentally struck on old copper planchets left over from 1982. These copper 1983 pennies weigh about 3.1 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams of the zinc coins. If you find one, congratulations, because that is where the serious money comes in. Collectors around the world are constantly hunting for the 1983 copper penny and certain double die varieties. One of the most famous errors is the 1983 double die reverse penny, where the letters in 1 cent and United States of America look doubled. If you come across one of these, even in circulated condition, the value skyrockets. Some examples have sold for thousands of dollars in auctions. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket change that could pay for your rent, a vacation, or even more. Let us talk numbers because that is what excites every collector and investor. The current market value for a regular 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin in circulated condition is just 1 cent, but the rare ones, the gems we are discussing, are valued at an incredible $779,347. Yes, you heard that right, more than $750,000 for a single 1 cent coin if you have the rare variety in pristine condition. That is the magic of numismatics. It is not only about collecting history but also about uncovering hidden treasure that could change your life. Think about it. A coin you might pass by every day without noticing could be hiding a fortune. This is why collectors carefully check the weight, the strike, and the details under magnification. The thrill of the hunt is what makes coin collecting so addictive and rewarding. And this is why on JF Coin we always encourage you to keep your eyes open, examine your change, and never throw away those old jars of pennies. You never know what treasure might be waiting inside. Now let us dive even deeper into the fascinating story of the 1983 penny. This was a time when the mint was under heavy pressure to save costs. Copper was expensive, and the new zinc pennies were controversial. Collectors and even the general public complained that the new coins looked cheap and wore out faster. But history shows us that controversy often creates opportunity. Transitional errors, minting mistakes, and special varieties are now among the most desired coins in the world. That is why the 1983 Liberty 1 cent stands out as a coin that bridges two eras. The key to identifying valuable examples lies in a few simple steps. First, weigh your coin. If it is heavier, around 3.1 grams, you could have the copper transitional error. Second, use a magnifying glass to look at the reverse side. If the lettering looks doubled, you may have the famous double die variety. Third, always check the condition. Coins that are uncirculated or in mint state can fetch dramatically higher prices compared to worn coins. Collectors today are paying record prices because the demand is high, the supply is extremely limited, and everyone dreams of finding the next great discovery. The beauty of this hobby is that anyone can participate. You do not need to be a millionaire to start. All you need is curiosity, patience, and the willingness to look closely at the change in your pocket. The story of the 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin teaches us a valuable lesson. History is not just written in books, it is also carried in our pockets. Every coin tells a story of the time it was minted, the economy, the politics, and the mistakes that make it unique. Owning such a coin is like holding a piece of history and a piece of fortune at the same time. So what should you do if you find one of these coins? First, never clean it because cleaning damages coins and lowers their value. Second, weigh it carefully and check for doubling. Third, consider sending it to a professional grading service to authenticate it. A certified coin can fetch much higher prices at auction or in private sales. To all viewers of JF Coin, this is your chance to turn knowledge into opportunity. The next time you see a penny from 1983, do not ignore it. Hold it, check it, and maybe you will be the next person to discover a hidden gem worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Remember, coins are more than money. They are history, art, and sometimes a ticket to fortune. Stay curious, stay excited, and keep hunting for those treasures. Thank you for joining me on this exciting journey into the world of Liberty 1 cent coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1983 penny, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin, hit that like button, and share this video with your friends. Your treasure hunt has only just begun, and here at JF Coin we will continue to bring you stories of rare coins, hidden gems, and the secrets that lie in your pocket change. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep believing that the next great discovery might already be in your hands. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and surprising coins you may still have sitting in your collection or even hiding in your pocket change. We are talking about the Liberty 1-cent coin minted in 1984 with the D mint mark. Do not underestimate this humble-looking penny because the 1984 D Lincoln cent has a powerful story of history, value, and rarity that continues to shock collectors across the world. Now when people hear the word penny they often think about small change that hardly buys anything today. But in reality many pennies carry secrets worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the 1984 D is one of the shining examples. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that was originally worth just 1 cent, but in today's collector market it can reach values close to $779,345 depending on condition, errors, and rarity. That is not just small money. That is life-changing wealth hiding inside a copper-coated piece of metal. So let us begin with the history. The 1984 penny still carries the face of Abraham Lincoln, which has been used since 1909 to honor his centennial birthday. The obverse shows the classic profile portrait of Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, and the reverse side still holds the memorial design which represents strength, honor, and memory of the great president. But what makes the 1984 D Liberty 1 cent different is not just the design. It is the details that only expert eyes and passionate collectors can see. The Denver Mint produced millions of pennies in 1984, marked with the letter D just below the year. However, among these coins, certain varieties with double dies, misstrikes, and rare minting errors became the holy grail of penny collectors. Some coins show a dramatic doubling on Lincoln's ear. Others display unusual striking marks or off-centered details. And when such coins are found in pristine mint state condition or even higher, grading companies like PCGS and NGC can award them with grades that push their auction prices into the stratosphere. Now let us talk about the real money. Many collectors dream about hitting the jackpot when they search through rolls of pennies or old jars of coins. The current recorded market value for certain 1984 D Liberty 1 cent coins has shocked the numismatic community. Imagine a humble 1 cent piece that once jingled in pockets during the 1980s now selling for over $779,000. The exact value depends on many factors like rarity of the error, grade of preservation, and collector demand. But what matters most is that the potential is real and the numbers speak for themselves. Every year auctions reveal surprising sales where ordinary-looking coins explode into headlines. A 1984 D penny with a strong double die obverse once shook the market when collectors realized how rare this variety was. Even in circulated condition, these coins can bring hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And in uncirculated high mint state condition, the sky is the limit. This is why experts always advise collectors to check carefully every detail of their coins. That little scratch, that unusual doubling, that sharp strike could mean the difference between pocket change and a small fortune. The story of the 1984 D Liberty 1 cent is not just about money. It is about history. Every coin carries the marks of its era. The 1980s were a period of transformation in the United States. Technology was rising, the economy was shifting, and yet the penny remained a symbol of stability, carrying the image of Lincoln just as it had for decades. Holding this coin today is like holding a piece of that American journey, frozen in time, yet still alive in your hand. Collectors around the world chase after coins not only for financial profit but for the thrill of owning something rare, something historical, something that tells a story larger than its size. The Liberty 1 cent of 1984 D is one of those stories. A coin that traveled through the hands of workers, students, families, maybe even presidents, and today rests as a shining gem in the treasure chest of numismatics. If you are watching this video right now and you own a collection of pennies, take a close look. Do not ignore the small details. You may be holding a coin that the market currently values at hundreds of thousands of dollars. Even a small discovery could change your collecting journey forever. Here at JF Coin we bring you the truth, the passion, and the hidden wealth of the coin world. The 1984 D Liberty 1 cent is more than just a penny. It is a symbol of how greatness can hide in the smallest things. So keep searching, keep collecting, and keep believing because the next treasure could be waiting inside your own pocket change. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the history and value of the 1984 D Liberty 1 cent coin. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare US coins, make sure you stay connected with JF Coin for more stories, more discoveries, and more chances to learn about the treasures hidden in plain sight. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp and your coins safe because you never know which one will be the key to unlocking a fortune. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American history. We are talking about the Liberty 1 cent coin, especially the rare and highly sought after 1986 edition that has taken collectors by storm. You may think a 1 cent coin is just a simple penny, something you throw into a jar or ignore when you see it on the ground, but what if I told you that this small piece of copper could actually be worth a fortune? Yes, you heard me right. Some of these Liberty 1-cent coins are currently valued in the market for as high as $779,346. That is a life-changing amount of money sitting in what many people would consider pocket change. Before we talk about the value, let us go back in history. The Liberty 1-cent coin has its roots deep in American tradition. First introduced in the late 18th century, these coins carried the image of Lady Liberty, a powerful symbol of freedom and independence. Over the decades, the design evolved, reflecting different artistic visions of liberty, from the flowing hair style of the late 1700s to the classic head of liberty that dominated the 19th century. These coins were more than just currency. They were a statement of a young nation's identity. Now fast forward to the modern era. By the mid-20th century, most people associated the cent with Abraham Lincoln, but collectors knew that Liberty cents, especially those produced in smaller quantities or with unique minting errors, carried extraordinary value. The 1986 Liberty 1 cent is a prime example of this. Many people do not even realize such coins exist, but in fact a limited number were minted, and some ended up in circulation by mistake. That makes them incredibly rare today. So why is the 1986 Liberty 1 cent worth so much money? The answer is in the combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand. Coins that survived in mint state with sharp details, no scratches, and original luster are valued at astronomical prices. Even circulated coins from this year can fetch thousands of dollars depending on the quality. But the star of the show is the pristine, untouched Liberty 1 cent of 1986 that has been graded by professional coin services. Collectors and investors are fighting over these pieces in auctions, driving the price into the hundreds of thousands. Imagine this for a second. You open an old drawer, a forgotten piggy bank, or even a box of coins handed down from your grandparents. You find a shiny or maybe even a slightly worn 1986 Liberty 1 cent. At first glance it looks ordinary. But then you realize it could be worth over $779,000. That is the magic of coin collecting. Hidden value waiting to be discovered by those who pay attention. The market value of these coins today is astonishing. Dealers list them at premium prices, auction houses present them as headline items, and private collectors guard them like treasures. A single sale can make headlines because of the massive numbers involved. And what is truly amazing is that these coins keep appreciating as more collectors enter the market and as fewer coins remain available. Every year the Liberty 1 cent becomes harder to find, and that scarcity is the fuel that powers its rising worth. Collectors love the 1986 Liberty 1 cent not only for its rarity but also for the beauty of its design. The engraving of liberty is timeless, reminding us of America's enduring spirit. The coin is also a conversation piece, something that connects history, art, and economics all in one. When you hold it in your hand, you are not just holding metal. You are holding a story that stretches back centuries. So what should you do if you think you might have a Liberty 1 cent from 1986? The first step is to check it carefully. Look for the date. Make sure the details match known examples. If you believe you have the real deal, consult a professional grading service. A certified grade can multiply the value of your coin instantly. Many collectors make the mistake of selling too quickly without proper grading, and they miss out on the true potential of their treasure. Here at JF Coin, we always remind our viewers that knowledge is power in the world of numismatics. The more you learn, the better your chances of spotting that one coin that could change your life. And the Liberty 1 cent of 1986 is exactly that kind of opportunity. To recap, the Liberty 1 cent coin has a rich history dating back to the earliest days of America. Its design symbolizes freedom and independence. The 1986 edition is one of the rarest and most valuable, with a current market value that can soar into hundreds of thousands, even reaching that incredible figure of $779,346. It is not just money. It is history, art, and rarity coming together in a small copper coin. So the next time you come across an old jar of pennies, do not dismiss them. There might be a treasure waiting for you. Check carefully. Study the details. You never know when fortune may smile on you through a single Liberty 1 cent coin. Thank you for watching JF Coin, the place where coins turn into stories and stories turn into treasures. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Liberty 1 cent coin, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin, hit the like button, and share this video with your friends. You never know who might be holding a fortune in their pocket without even realizing it. Stay tuned for more amazing discoveries, because the world of coins is full of surprises and we at JF Coin are here to reveal them all. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins from the United States, a coin that many collectors and investors are still hunting for, and that is the Liberty 1 cent coin. More specifically, we are going to uncover the story of the 2012 Liberty 1 cent coin, a piece that has shocked the coin market with its incredible value, history, and collector demand. This is not just a cent, it is a doorway into the past, a symbol of American minting tradition, and a coin that today can be worth far more than anyone would expect. So if you are ready to learn about its hidden secrets, its market worth, and why collectors will pay astonishing amounts of money for it, stay with me till the end because this is going to be a journey you will never forget. Now let us begin with the background. The Liberty 1-cent coin traces its heritage back to the classic Lincoln cent, which started in 1909 with the image of President Abraham Lincoln. Over the decades, it became one of the most iconic and most widely circulated coins in the history of the United States Mint. But what makes the 2012 D version so unique is its rarity, minting details, and the stories attached to it. Coins minted in Denver carry the D mint mark, and while millions were produced, only a tiny fraction of them have the special characteristics, errors, or conditions that push them into the category of being extremely valuable. Collectors often ask, why is the 2012 D Liberty 1-cent coin so special? The answer lies in both condition and demand. First, the coin is sought after because certain varieties or errors were struck during production. These include double dies, misstrikes, and unusual surfaces that make them stand out. Second, because the coin represents a period of change in the minting process and materials, it has gained historical importance. Copper and zinc compositions, minting shifts, and design elements all play a role in why certain years become the focus of collectors worldwide. Now let us talk numbers, because this is where things get truly exciting. A regular 1-cent coin is of course only worth a penny in your pocket. But when you hold a coin like the 2012 D Liberty 1-cent in top condition, especially in mint state or graded by a professional service, its value skyrockets. At present, this coin has shocked collectors by reaching a market value of over $779,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. The current market worth is around $779,343. That is a mind-blowing figure for a coin that most people would overlook in their change. Imagine holding a simple-looking penny that is actually worth more than most luxury cars, more than a house, more than a lifetime of savings. What makes the coin so valuable is not only rarity but also collector competition. Auctions often see passionate bidding wars when such coins appear. People from all around the world, not just the United States, are willing to pay enormous sums to own a piece of history. Every coin collector dreams of discovering such a treasure in a jar, in a drawer, or in an old coin collection passed down from family. That dream is what fuels the market and keeps values high. Let us also step back into history to appreciate the full journey. The Liberty cent designs over the years have represented freedom, strength, and national pride. From the earliest wheat cents to the memorial design and then to the shield design, every era tells us something about America at that time. The 2012 D cent is part of that continuing story. It is not only metal and design, it is heritage pressed into copper and zinc. That is what collectors truly appreciate, and that is why they are ready to pay such high prices. So what should you do if you come across a 2012 D Liberty 1-cent coin? First, handle it carefully. Do not clean it, do not scratch it, and do not polish it, because condition is everything in the coin market. Next, get it checked by a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. They can certify the coin and confirm if it has the rare characteristics that make it valuable. Once certified, your coin could be a fortune waiting to be unlocked. Collectors love stories, and every coin has one. The story of the 2012 D Liberty 1-cent is a perfect blend of rarity, history, and financial worth. It reminds us that even the smallest objects in our pockets can hide incredible value. You never know when a tiny penny could turn into a treasure chest. So my friends, the lesson is simple. Always check your coins carefully. Study them, research them, and do not underestimate them. A 2012 D Liberty 1-cent coin could change your life. And this is exactly why the coin world is so exciting. It is not just about metal. It is about discovery, about history, and about the thrill of knowing that you might be holding something worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Before we close, let me ask you a question. Have you ever checked your coin jar at home? Have you searched through those old pennies lying in a drawer? Who knows, maybe you already have a Liberty 1-cent from 2012 D sitting there waiting to be discovered. Imagine finding out that your 1-cent coin is actually worth nearly $800,000. That is the magic of numismatics, the magic of coins. Thank you for joining me today on JF Coin. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the story and value of the Liberty 1-cent coin, make sure to subscribe, share this video with your friends, and keep your eyes open for the next rare coin treasure we will uncover. Coins are history, coins are money, and coins are adventure, and here at JF Coin we bring you that adventure with every video. Stay tuned, stay curious, and who knows, maybe the next great discovery will be in your pocket. Today we are diving into the incredible world of Liberty 1 cent USA coins, with a special focus on the 2017 D issue that has surprised collectors with its fascinating history and its jaw-dropping market value, reaching up to $779,344. Yes, you heard that right, a single cent coin that could be worth a fortune. So sit tight, because this story is going to keep you amazed till the very end. The Liberty 1 cent coin is not just a piece of metal. It is a window into American history, a symbol of freedom, and a collectible treasure that continues to shine through generations. The origins of the Liberty cent go way back to the late 18th and 19th centuries, when coins carried deep messages of liberty and democracy. Over the decades the designs evolved, but the idea of liberty on the coin remained timeless. By the time modern issues came around, collectors were already enchanted by the idea that these small copper pieces were more than money, they were works of art that represented the spirit of America. Now let us fast forward to the modern era. The 2017 D Liberty 1 cent coin was struck in Denver, marked with the small d mint mark. At first glance it looks like an ordinary penny, just another coin in circulation that people spend without a second thought. But here lies the magic of coin collecting. Not all coins are created equal. Some carry unique features, errors, or rare conditions that make them stand out. That is exactly why the 2017 D Liberty 1 cent has captured the imagination of collectors. Certain examples of this coin, in pristine condition or with unusual mint errors, have skyrocketed in value far beyond the wildest expectations. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that cost only 1 cent to make, but the market today can pay you nearly $800,000 for it. That is the kind of story that inspires collectors worldwide. The market value of this coin has been recorded at an astonishing $779,344. This is not a myth, this is the power of rarity, demand, and history coming together in one little copper piece. Why does it reach such high values? The answer lies in a mix of history, condition, rarity, and collector passion. Coins with perfect uncirculated condition, coins that have sharp details with no scratches or wear, and coins with striking errors like double dies, misaligned strikes, or unique coloring, these are the ones that auction houses and private collectors chase. Every single coin tells a story, and when the story is unique, the price goes up higher and higher. The Liberty 1 cent has always been popular in the collecting world. From the early versions like the flowing hair large cent, the draped bust, the classic head, and the braided hair, all the way to the more modern Lincoln cents, collectors have always held Liberty coins close to their hearts. The 2017 D issue adds a modern chapter to this legacy, proving that even recent coins can be treasures when rarity and collector demand align. Think about the thrill of finding one. You might open an old drawer, search through a jar of pennies, or even receive change at the grocery store. One day you might come across that perfect 2017 D Liberty cent, a coin that looks ordinary but hides a massive fortune. That is what makes coin collecting so exciting. It is like a treasure hunt that never ends, where every coin has the potential to change your life. Collectors and investors today closely watch the market for these coins. Some buy them to preserve history, others see them as long-term investments. After all, a coin that already reached nearly $800,000 in value can only grow more valuable as time goes on. The rarity increases, the demand grows, and so does the price. If you are a coin lover or even just someone curious about rare treasures, keeping an eye on Liberty 1 cent coins is one of the smartest moves you can make. At JF Coin, we believe coins are more than just currency. They are keys to understanding history, culture, and human creativity. The Liberty 1 cent coin, especially the 2017 D edition with its extraordinary value, reminds us that sometimes the smallest things can hold the greatest stories. From its humble 1 cent face value to its massive market worth of $779,344, this coin is a masterpiece of chance, rarity, and passion. So the next time you come across a penny, do not ignore it. Look closely, check the mint mark, check the condition, and imagine the possibility that you might be holding a hidden gem worth a fortune. That is the beauty of coin collecting. The adventure never ends, and every discovery can be life-changing. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Liberty 1 cent USA coins, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin for more stories, more history, and more exciting updates about the coins that could be sitting right in your pocket. Like this video, share it with your fellow collectors, and join us on the journey to uncover treasures from the past and present. Remember, every coin has a story, and every story is worth telling. This was JF Coin, bringing you another fascinating chapter in the world of numismatics. Thank you for watching, and keep searching because your next coin could be worth more than you ever imagined.